So you took up playing guitar at age 6. Was this, like, pursuing a music career, was this something you always wanted to do? Or, like, was there one point where it's like, I'm going to do this?
I didn't think I was good enough for a really long time. It was kind of the outlet for... I still struggle with that, honestly, but it was the outlet for a long time. My grandfather was a professional musician, and it was cool seeing him do that, but he was, in a different lane than I was, and yeah, I don't know. I was going to like a good school and studying something practical, and I came from a very practical family, and it was like, they were never not supportive of me, but I was also like soccer player for my entire past life, like all the way through. So I never really considered anything else. And I definitely didn't consider music as like a realistic possibility, but it was always like, if this could happen, I would drop everything in a heartbeat and do it. And it wasn't until social media came around and whatnot and started just throwing stuff up. Yeah, that was a wild time. But once that happened, I was like, all right, if now that there's a possibility to do this, which means, like, I'm going to drop everything and I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen. And now we're here.
For sure. And touching on, like, soccer as a huge thing, because I played soccer too, like,
nice.
My entire life. My whole family's big soccer.
Good choice.
Like, how do you feel like, does that bleed into your music? Like, there any influences just as a team member or just experiences you went through?
Yeah, I think not many people ask me that question. I feel like that should be a more asked question. But for a long time, they were kind of like, they were mutually exclusive, because soccer, I was... when I was in college, I was a sophomore captain, and there were seniors and fifth years on the team and stuff like that, and so like it felt weird for me to try to be like leading a team and then go write some like sappy love story in my dorm and be like, you're supposed to listen to me, like, and I just never felt like that. So I think for a long time, navigating that balance meant those two, music and soccer, were mutually exclusive. Now that I'm on the other side of it and that I'm like fully doing this as my job, there's a lot that crosses over, and not, physically, obviously, but it's more so just like you said, interacting in a team environment. I've never felt like this is about me. Like, even when it comes to the fans or my team or the people who are here on tour, the people that are on my management, everything, the label, like, it's making sure that everybody is aligned. It's very much like being a captain, and I don't when something good happens, it happens for us, not for just me, and us, including everybody who's listening. So I think that's a big part of it. The other part is, like, I'm a very college sports is a very, like, you have to know how to manage your time. You have to, like, pull some late hours. You have to do some weird stuff. It was very much, yeah, it's things like that. So I think it made my skin pretty tough, at least for that part of things. And as far as like managing my own time and my own brain, also, that's a big part of it, because when you're a musician, you're kind of swimming in your emotions at all time, because like it's just, you have to, at least if you're writing from a genuine place. And so I think making sure that you have kind of like control over your emotions, that was something I learned in soccer for sure.
Okay, awesome. And then going into your career a little bit more, so this past fall you were opening up for Philip Phillips, now you're headlining. What is that switch like? How do you select like your opener? How did that come about?
Yeah, I did, like, this is my first real headline run. I did like a few headline shows on the East Coast right before the Philip Phillips run, and it was really great. They were really, really small rooms, and it was just like a really intimate, it felt very strange playing a show that had like my name on it, because I had only played anything opening up for someone or like accompanying someone or whatever it is. So I think this tour rocked my world so far. Just like the sheer amount of people who are coming out to support, and like they're there to show like love to me, and that's just it's still so wild to me to see that. But it also kind of, especially doing this one, makes me want to do this just forever. Like, I want to do this for as long as I can. I want to be out on the road as long as I can, because that's like, when you look at numbers and stuff like that, it's like it kind of gets lost in the mix of what the significance is, the significance of what you're doing. And you come out here and you get to speak with people who are, lining up and coming early, and like they just want to talk to you and they want to tell you what like the music did, and that was just, yeah, that part's amazing. As far as choosing the opener goes, Vincent, so my family and I run like a little merch coordination business. So Vincent was like the first other artist that we started printing merch for. And he had reached out to me online, and then I listened to his music and I was just blown away by him. And we started chatting online and things like that. And then we hadn't even met in person until this tour. But he's my best friend now. I freaking love Vincent. Yeah. But yeah, so it's been really, really cool. It's hard following Vincent because he's so good, you know. But like, yeah, it's been a blast.
Awesome. And then as tour goes, you're in San Antonio. Have you ever been in San Antonio before? If not, what are your thoughts if you're coming back? How does it feel?
I haven't been. I don't think I've been in San Antonio. I think maybe I've passed through San Antonio. I can't remember if we played a show here or not on the first tour that I ever did. But so far, it's been great. Everybody's been really sweet. Somebody told me that people in San Antonio are sad, which I don't know if that bodes well or not for me. We'll see, I guess, how the show goes. But I usually thrive in those situations. No, but I think everybody's been so kind. We got a pretty bomb burger, and yeah, it's been great so far.
I have to ask then, have you seen the Alamo?
No, but I certainly wouldn't forget. I certainly wouldn't forget it. That's all I've been thinking about is like all the memes that are like, oh, I forgot. Like I have my keys, my wallet. What did I forget? And then the Alamo's in the back. Yeah, I don't think anybody got that joke on this tour, but I feel like that's like a.
No, because I'm not from San Antonio either.
Ah.
I came here, I made the same joke on this.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm forgetting.
I'm probably gonna abuse that joke in my set tonight. I'll try to work it in somehow, but just between us, yeah, I would never forget. Me personally, no, not me.
Perfect. And then, what else? I guess is there anything? Having reached this point now, is there anything you would have changed about your journey? Is there anything?
Not a thing. No way. I don't know. I'm a big believer in kind of the universe puts things out for you and you can elect to choose them or not, and I think like every single choice that I have made, whatever it is, whether it was a good choice, a bad choice, or whatever, it was the choice that led me to where I am, and I wouldn't trade any of that. I think even the bad stuff is part of the kind of human experience, and it has made me have such an appreciation for people and music and just the kind of finite time on earth. So I'm so grateful for that perspective and for the people that are here to support. It's just like, yeah, no, I wouldn't change a thing.
That's a great perspective to have, honestly. Okay, and then my last.
Maybe I make myself a little taller if I could do that. That's the only thing. I might give myself like 3 inches.
Okay.
Somebody told me in the VIP yesterday, she was like, hey, you're short in person. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
And then my last question is, so you were studying to be an engineer, correct? Or like
sort of.
a little bit? Okay.
Yes. I quickly pivoted from engineering. I was in engineering for one whole semester, mechanical engineering, and then I pivoted and got a lowly Bachelor of Arts degree, which my family still gives me crap about, believe it or not. Yeah, because they got Bachelor of Science. But no, I got a psychology degree. So, yeah.
Very cool. Well,
copped out of the engineering one.
That's okay. Going off the engineering thing.
Yeah, we can roll with that. We'll pretend like I did that.
Just pretend like we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of major artists that were engineers, like Brian May, John Deacon from.
Oh.
Do you think that there's a connection there? Like, what is it about engineering?
I don't know. Maybe if they dropped out after a semester, then like maybe, yeah. I think that would be worth investigating. Yeah, but if dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, maybe I should go back and try again. Maybe I would be a better artist if I got my engineering degree. But yeah, who knows?
I think you're still.
I know a lot of engineers who are really bad at music.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's like
correlation and causation thing. I don't know, but it's worth investigating for sure. Yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm Jonah Kagen, and you're listening to 91.7 FM KRTU Indie Overnight.